I think today went well. Talking to Miranda, and just getting some updates from her. She's been following up with the different resources that we've sent her, and so that's great. We've been trying to get her temporary assistance for needy families and going through that process. So she's following up and doing everything that she's supposed to do. I feel really good about that. Just knowing that she's using the phone numbers and resources that the team is finding for her and sending to her, and she's following up with it. So I can't even be mad about that. I feel good. I'm concerned that we've had her placed in this particular location for nearly a month, and after 28 days, due to the laws that are here, after 28 days they have to check out because it's not meant for long-term residency. It's not meant for residency, period. And so trying to find another suitable location for her, and I only have about 5 days, is really concerning. It's we kind of pressed for time, and so trying to see what that next move is going to be. It's been there for 24 days, 23, 24 days. And, I know that it was never meant to be long term, but given her situation and the fact that we haven't been successful getting help for her through the larger organizations, and she's following up and doing everything that she's supposed to, and we're following up to make sure that our referrals are done correctly. Like we're following up with those organizations. They give us feedback, we correct our forms, and now it's just like we're in this hurry up and wait pattern. And so it's something that's kind of frustrating because she's been on one particular list for nearly a year. And then we're just trying to figure out what else does she need to do to make sure that she gets placement. So right now, we do have a partnership with HopeLink, who provides temporary housing, and they have different programs and case managers, and even with help of Southern Nevada. I followed up with Nevada Partners, who has funding for like transitional housing. And right now, it's just that they're all pulling from one community queue, which she's done us the housing assessment. She's doing all the things that she's supposed to do, and so we're just in a waiting pattern right now. So there's different partnerships that we have, but there are partnerships and relationships that we are still in the development phase. But while we're working on that, she still needs housing, and we're trying to come up with those long-term solutions for her, and reaching out directly to the community to see if we can, find other avenues, or also raise money to pay for her weekly or monthly. And so we've been successful in finding organizations like Mass Liberation has dedicated funding to pay for a month of housing for her, but finding a place for her has been challenging. So we're going to continue to work on that. And we're also working on another plan for temporary housing, for people to become a guest in this new location that we have coming up. Man, yes. So I don't even know where this thing. I try not to look at it. I try not to have it in my hands, but a notification came in, and we have another intake form, from a young mother of two, who is currently pregnant, and she's looking for housing and child care. Looks like she has some income coming in, but right now it seems like she's displaced. She has a diploma. She has a medical assistant certification, and now it's like, it says what, like on our form, it says, what do you hope to achieve with Obodo? And she says to get help with children and child care and housing. And so now I'm just going to get with my team and do a case conference. We'll enter her into our database. We'll have Hattie do an assessment to see what her current emergent needs are. Like, we just want to make sure first, are you safe and are you housed now? We work on that. We make sure you have food. And then we'll work on with our community partners to find child care resources for her. So We do have a team member, Tiffany, who is working on a grant that she connects families to those resources, like the Urban League, to have those childcare subsidies. Also, in partnership with the different so she works to find those resources for access to quality childcare. So working with the Urban League to make sure that families know about the subsidies, helping them to go through that application process and following through with it. And even with Head Start and Early Head Start. So we have a partnership with Ocelero Learning Head Start and also with Sunrise Children's Foundation. So those families can get into those programs as well if there are slots available. So we work closely with the family advocates there, and we work with the families to ensure that they can fill out the application, provide all the support and documentation, and then get them a seat in the program. So, and that way families have childcare, quality childcare and consistent childcare, then they're able to work or go to school so they can provide for their families. My main vision is to make sure that we're working to our vision, finding long-term solutions for families that are facing multi-generational poverty. Like, we really just want to break down all barriers, not for them, but with them. And so focusing on, making sure that families are housed and have housing security, that's important. You have to have shelter. You have to have food. Like, these are your basic needs in order to even try to reach self-sufficiency, to even be able to focus on working, focus on setting long-term goals, focus on your self-sufficiency. Like, your basic needs need to be met. And so my goals for the Obodo Collective is to work collaboratively with organizations who are doing this work, making sure that we are amplifying the voices of families. And by that, we want to make sure that they learn those skills of advocacy. Letting them know that it's okay to share your story. It's okay to let people know what it is that you need. And also just that education piece, that this is, it's not handouts. It's not about getting all the handouts that are out there. These are really hand-ups. These are, organizations, our local government, reaching out to them and making sure that we are giving those hand-up that people need to become self-sufficient, to be empowered, to set those long-term goals for themselves. Working with organizations to make sure that they are getting the financial literacy that they need. And we're doing it using a multi-generational lens. So it's not just focusing on the parent alone. It's not just focusing on the child alone or the caregiver. It's really working on the whole family and taking a holistic approach. So that's my goal, to make sure that we're doing that and we're doing it collaboratively and that we're truly making impact. Everybody can find us at www.obodocollective.org. And Obodo is spelled Obodo. Obodocollective.org. And you can also follow us on all social media platforms. And that's how you find us.